Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Libra in mid-April 2020. What's going on, Libra? How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. All right, Libra, if you are a returning viewer, you're looking at this screen and you're like, what the hell is going on? No, I'm kidding. You're probably like, whatever about it. But Libra, for those who are returning, I'm doing something a little bit different here for the mid-Aprils. In tandem with my guides that I've asked some to do things a little bit differently, to become a little bit more of a more, well, not even a more, but I want to enhance and just be a better reader overall. So how do you do that? You have to challenge yourself and you have to do things a little bit differently. So what we're doing is a general reading. Obviously, there's a group of you watching, or, you know, different different people all across the world who are watching this who happen to be a Libra or even cross watchers. And so what you're going to see is I'm going to do a reading that mimics how I would do a personal reading, which is a little bit more reading on the fly, no structure, no pre-shuffled, or excuse me, no pre-laid cards. So we're going to do it in the way that I would do a personal. It's still very much a general, so please keep that in mind and don't take it too personally, okay? So that's just explaining the new format that we're doing. I'm doing it for the mids. I might continue, I might not, I don't know. But I felt pretty good. You're the third sign that I'm doing this with. I'm going to do all 12 signs this way, but for the first two, it felt pretty good. It felt very natural, and hopefully you will find a message here that resonates with you today. If you don't, that's okay. Please remember, it's still a general. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. Shuffled off camera, did my meditation, so we're going to get back into that in a second, but there is still a timestamp in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Also down there, you will find that information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. I have to clarify this for some reason because the past few people that have contacted me for a reading seemed reluctant and or unaware that they had to pay for it. So if you do want a personal, it's very clear down there that it has to be paid for. You know, if you're not interested in paying for a tarot reading with me or anybody else, that's totally understandable. There's tons of free content here on the internet, on YouTube. But if you want something that is tailor-made to you, please be prepared to pay for it. I don't know why people don't understand that, but there you go. So, but if you do want a personal, that information is down below. Feel free to contact me if you have a clarifying question or if you're confused about anything, and I will answer you as soon as I can. Also, guys, you'll find down there the link to my Instagram. I do daily oracle readings over there, or mostly daily oracles. There's been several days that I've missed, but I'm just a human, so I think I'm allowed. That link is down there, and the name is EmpathicFire Tarot. There will be a nice little thing right around here that you can look and see that information if you want to write it down or take a screenshot or what have you, okay? All right, let's get into it. Libra, 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 Libra. What are the messages for Libra in mid-April 2020? Mid-April 2020 for Libra. Ooh, just two. Very good. All right, guys, let's see what comes up for you. Most pertinent information and messages for Libra at this time, please show me. Ooh, something flipped. High Priestess. Very nice. A little bit of a silent time in your life right now. 2, 3. They want 3. Oh, and see? That's interesting. So, the first card, High Priestess, is usually a card of knowledge, deep knowledge, esoteric knowledge, not instinctual, but intuitive knowledge, but also being quiet. And then you had 2 cards come fairly quickly after, but they were face down. So there's, for me, that like affirms something, but it might not mean anything to you. So, High Priestess, 8 of Pentacles, and always cutting your nails, Jay, why do you do that? And the Page of Wands. All right, Libra, so dealing with possibly not speaking about financial issues or issues regarding your work or issues regarding your stability. However, changes afoot. And that could be why you're not talking. There's certain changes coming about, certain actions that are being taken in regards to finances, security, work, and it feels as though there might be some uncertainty for someone else, but you are in the know, or you have an understanding of what you're doing. For some of you, you are getting into, or you have an interest in the esoteric, in the occult, in tarot, in mediumship, in doing anything spiritual. high priestess, right? You might be interested in becoming a Reiki healer. You might be interested in becoming a yoga instructor. It doesn't have to be like specifically reading tarot cards on YouTube. It doesn't have to be this, but something relative to this world, right? And your interest in that is very intuitive. It's very instinctual. It's very much, it comes naturally to you. Some of you, not all of you, of course. But whatever you're doing, even if it's not moving towards the occult or moving towards esoteric metaphysical stuff, right? If you were interested in becoming a lifeguard, it doesn't really matter what you're interested in, but you are instinctively guided to do it. You're being pulled towards it. Something in you says, I don't want to be doing whatever I'm doing now. I want to go and do something else. And this is a quiet voice that only you hear, and not because you're, cuckoo. It's like literally your higher self. It's literally your guides. It's literally whatever you perceive to be your spiritual leadership in this world and beyond, right? And it's saying to you, work at this, put work into, invest in, investigate also for some of you, because some of you, you've heard of what Reiki is, but you don't know exactly what it is, but you feel like called to do it or called to participate in it in some type of way. So this is research. This is putting in hard work. This is investigating and investing, right? So you are laying the groundwork, or if not laying the groundwork, what is this? They're showing me, picking up. Yeah, okay. So some of you are picking up classes, picking up lessons, picking up books, picking up your phone or your tablet and just Googling shit, right? You're picking up, you're putting into yourself, you're ingesting, putting into your brain, reading, listening, watching, and observing what you want to do, or studying what you want to do is another way that we could simply say that. Studying, ingesting. Okay. Ingesting. Some of you are like Wiccan, very specific, because look back there. She has a little cat right back there. Hopefully, there you go. A little cat back there. I'm assuming it's a cat. It looks like a cat. I suppose if you squint your eyes, it could look like a chihuahua. Well, whatever. So immediately I saw that cat and it made me think of witches, and, Wiccans and witches are not the same thing, but, that's the quick way that worked out in my mind. So some of you are possibly exploring aspects of Wicca. Some of you are into herbology. She's carrying those I don't know what you would call it, but it looked like herbs to me, or some type of flower. So some of you are getting into that. Spell work. Ooh, go ahead. Do what you want to do. That's not for me. At least not at this point in my life. I'm not sure that I would ever do it. But some of you are going for that. I don't sense any malintent on your part. If there's a cross-watcher, I think I'm speaking to them at this point. I don't sense malintent if a Libra is looking at spell work. And you're like, why are you burning all these candles? I know we're under quarantine and it's making us all do weird shit, but like, this is too many candles, So some of you are kind of like, someone might be suspicious, thank you, of why you're doing this. Someone might be suspicious or concerned about your intentions. They might be concerned about your wellness, because the high priestess, because it's all instinctual I keep saying instinctual, so we'll go with it. Instinctual or intuitive. It feels very natural to you, but it seems unnatural and strange to other people. And that could be also what's going on here, because she looks a little, in this Eight of Pentacles, a little protective of herself. Like she looks a little like, yes, can I help you? Like this could literally be the face you're making towards someone when they're looking over your shoulder. What are you reading? Nothing. Secretive. The high priestess is secretive. So if you're getting into anything esoteric, anything occult, anything metaphysical, and other people are kind of like, they're dogging you on it, they're judging you on it, you're kind of like, well, it's none of your business anyway, so I'm not going to tell you any further details. Might not have told anybody anything. Again, what are all these candles doing here? Nothing, right? And this Page of Wands, this is action. You're doing it, whether you're telling people you're doing it or not, whether you're telling people strictly, I'm not doing anything. That's a lie. You are. And I'm not trying to, dime you out. I'm not trying to grass you up or anything like that. But this is action. This is definitely Page of Wands might not be as fast as the Page of Swords, but the Page of Wands acts towards things that they desire. They move towards things that excite them, that thrill them. Fire sign energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. High Priestess, I neglected to say, secondary major for Cancer. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, but you don't have to be. Any of those signs can apply or they don't. It's still a general, so don't worry about it too much. But this Page of Wands, I mean, oh, wow, that's very interesting. Like some of you are like really coming into your personal power, especially in a spiritual or metaphysical sense, because you look at this page, look at how dreamy that face is, but then also look what's behind her. A goddamn dragon. And you got the symbol of Sagittarius down there, right about there. Okay. So just to point it out, just for me pointing it out, some of you are definitely dealing with a Sagittarius, or you might have Sagittarius placement in your chart. But more to the point, look how dreamy she is, but then look how ferocious and just intense that dragon is. So I feel as though some of you are awakening to this natural fire, this natural drive, this natural inclination towards something. And it might sound weird to be fired up over meditation, over yoga, over Reiki, over, if you're not in the metaphysical space, you might be into holistic therapy, holistic psychology, right? You might be a little more traditional and not so far, off the beaten path. You might be very, very interested in forensic psychology even, but it's coming from a place, or it's anchored in a place of spirituality. It's anchored in a place of, I'm meant to do this work. The High Priestess knows what they're meant to do, again, from an instinctual or an intuitive level. You've always dreamed of doing this. You've always wondered what it would be like, or even if even if you haven't always been conscious of it, subconsciously, you're walking down the street, or when we were all able to walk down the street. Remember that? No, I'm joking. But like, let's say you were, when you were in college and you were studying economics, right? You always, before you would check out your econ books, you would go over to the psych textbooks and you would just look and you would thumb through them. You weren't signed up for any psych courses, but you would just look at those books, maybe read like a little bit before you went and checked out for your books for your actual classes. You see what I mean? Like something was always in the back of your head drawing you to whatever you're exploring. That's what this feels like. And the Page of Wands is finally putting incremental, small, yet passionate and very strong steps towards whatever you're going to pursue. Oh, look, a card was flipped over in the middle. Lovers, Gemini. Does this mean anything? Let's see. I don't know when this flipped over. Gemini, lovers. I mean, this could just be choices. Lovers can indicate choice. Head over heart is sometimes what we say in the tarot when we encounter the Lovers card. So some of you might be making head over heart decisions. Your head says, stick with this life working in finance, working for a big business, right? It's successful. It's stable. It brings me in a steady paycheck. I've got health insurance. I'm secure. But then you becoming a Reiki master, or you getting into the study of tarot is just like out of nowhere, it feels to you. So that could be what you're deciding with that Lovers card, okay? Let's see. Do I need to clarify anything? I don't think so. I feel like that's a pretty clear message. It's very specific, but I think it's really clear. And if it resonates, you kind of already know that. So let's see. What other messages do we have for Libra in mid-April? Okay. It didn't fall right there. What other messages for Libra in mid-April? That's too many. We won't be taking that. Thank you. That was like 5 cards. No, ma'am. What other messages for Libra in mid-April? Okay. Ace of Wands. That's that more passionate action. Fiery action plus the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so breaking out of. Right? Turning away from, or, oh, wow, that's the first time I've noticed that. Okay. So this 4 of Pentacles figure, she's bundled up and she's carrying a lot with her. So that shows kind of a traditional understanding of the Four of Pentacles. You hold tight to what is valuable to you, and you don't release. You hold tight. You really keep what's important to you close to you. Okay, that's there. But also, this is the first time I've noticed this, I think, that there's a town in the back, like a village, and this person is walking. Do you see it? This person is walking away from the village, carrying everything that they have. Now, I'm not saying, I mean, some of you might, or one of you might, those stories happen a lot. People, cash in their corporate life, their capitalist life, their, life in suburbia. They sell their worldly possessions and they travel the world. They live off the grid. You trade in your condo for a tiny house. I mean, if that's what you're doing, cool. I support that if you're doing it safely and of sound mind. But I'm also getting, like, I really am. It's like a disconnect from what you used to know. There's a disconnect between what you used to do, what you used to prioritize. High Priestess and the Eight of Pentacles. What you used to prioritize is changing. How you used to view yourself, like what you were capable of, what you were going to accomplish in your life, what were the goals of your life. Those things are changing. You're taking some of your former self, your former lifestyle with you. uh, there's something that you hold on to that is valuable and important, and that will go forward with you. But ultimately, you will be changing with this Ace of Wands. This is a new opportunity. This is a creative start. This is a passionate new start. It's very, like firecrackery, which is a weird word to use, but that's what this feels like. It feels like, for those of us who, and I think most people have seen firecrackers or fireworks, it's like, especially like a fireworks display. Let's say fireworks and not firecrackers, but like when you see it shoot into the sky, and it's like that moment where you're waiting for it to burst, and so you can see the colors and see the shapes and hear the sizzle, right? It's like that. It's like, I think that you're waiting to arrive in your moment, or I think that you're waiting to arrive with great inspiration, or it has already happened, and now you're preparing yourself, or now you're transitioning into the life after that moment has happened in your life. Something like that is going on. That's very interesting. It, again, her walking away from that town or that village in the background, combined with this Ace of Wands, some of you might be physically moving, going from one place to another. So leaving one job for another, or leaving your job completely, striking out on your own. Because, I mean, she is walking away and she's all, oh, is that a bird? Yeah. So you might be taking your pet bird if you've got one, right? Oh, come on now. We were just friends 2 seconds ago. There you go. You see that bird up there? So some of you might be packing up all your shit, and it's just you and little Miss Tweedledee are going out the door. So it feels like physically moving, physically changing. And I mean, maybe, and that's the thing that I kind of knew, like once intuitively, I knew that once the quarantine started, not just here in America, but all over the world, we were going to see people begin to live their truth. Inevitably, a lot of people will begin to live their truth. And it's not to say that who you were before was totally false. It didn't mean anything. It was unimportant. No, that had value, and you should respect and reflect upon that and honor that part of yourself. But some people are literally about to step into their truth. And it's not to say everybody here is a guru or everybody here is going to be a Zen master. Namaste. That's not for everybody. And we all can do that differently. I'm a spiritual person, but I don't meditate that way. I don't sit with calm music and I don't go, that's not my way. But I'm still a spiritual person. So I'm not trying to sit here and say, if you want to do something in this world, it has to be that way. And that's the other thing. I'm not even aware of what Wicca, I know what it is, but I'm not in on the details of it. So I feel that some of you are, even within a spiritual space, are kind of going to go at it solo. And you're going to strike out on your own path, be very independent, be very original, be very unconventional. And again, no shade to living a conventional life before this time. Or like I said, some of you still will walk that conventional path, but you'll have a holistic spin on it. You might go for forensic psychology, which is totally not typically aligned with anything spiritual, but you might bring a certain je ne sais quoi to that world. You see what I mean? You might blend those things together. That's that creativity aspect of the Ace of Wands there. Interesting. Where are we at? 20 minutes? 20? Yeah, okay, cool. What was that? I think that was a human's voice. That was weird. Anyway, any further messages for Libra? Because I think it's pretty clear. It's a very specific message. So if you're not seeing anything here that resonates with you, sorry. But for those that it does resonate with, I think it's pretty clear. You're coming into your own. You're listening to your guides. You're listening to your inner self. You're waking up to this other aspect of yourself that has either been dormant in you, or you've kind of never acknowledged in the first place. It's very interesting. All right, anything else for Libra, please? Any other messages for Libra? Please show me. And guys, if you like the new format, let me know. If you like the video, let me know. If you have a comment on how this resonated, let me know. 9 of Cups. Kind of fell right on top of that Ace of Wands, so we'll leave it there. Anything else? Did I say Ace of Cups? Ace of Wands? My bad. All right, so you got the 9 of Cups and the Page of Swords. Yeah, man. Stepping off very swiftly, very affirmatively, very, very knowingly or proudly into or towards what you're wishing for. You know, 9 of Cups is about wish fulfillment. It is about seeking out your happiness. I mean, if you look at that cat, he's pretty thrilled to have gotten the canary, okay? We can assume with that yellow feather, he had himself a nice little snack, a little Tweety bird, right? So I feel as though you're being made full by doing this exploration, by expanding into this new role while and some of you, it's not, you know, this is not like an overnight transition. This is not some overnight, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be, you know, a Reiki master. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be a psychic. No, most spiritual development takes, not to say it has to, but most takes years because it usually happens in increments, right? It doesn't usually all come at you at once because your head would fucking explode. At least in my experience, that's what it would have done. So it's always a learning experience. It's a consistent learning experience. And so you have another page. You have the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands from earlier. So you have the two fastest pages, but they're still students. There's still much for them to learn. There's a lot of cutting of the teeth yet to be done, right? So as much as this is wish fulfillment, as much as you are considerably happier, or you will be considerably happier doing this work or exploring these ideas or going into this particular school of study. Some of you are literally like going back to school and getting recertified or getting another degree in a completely different field, right? That's interesting. And you're happy to do that. Like, I'm really touched by the aspect of this is going to make you happy. Not immediately. Don't think this is overnight energy. But as you progress with the Page of Swords, excuse me, Page of Wands and the Page of Swords, as you go, and it might go pretty fast. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's not going to be as slow as, say, the Page of Pentacles, right? So it will develop quickly, and your mind will be sharp enough to handle all the new information. Your interest enough, or excuse me, your interest in and of itself is how I should say that. Your interest in and of itself, Libra, your thirst for it, your hunger for this knowledge is going to increase the happiness, or it's going to make the happiness like even brighter some type of way. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, that kind of makes sense. When you're interested in learning something or you're interested in doing something, it's a lot easier. Like, you know, catch me in a math class when I was in high school or in college. I hated it. Put me in theater, put me in English, put me in, a foreign language class. And I was just like, yes, this is what I love. And then you sit me in a lab and I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. So if you start to pursue something that you're actually interested in, it makes sense. It's going to make you happy. You're going to feel as though you're fulfilling a long-held wish, which again was in you intuitively all this time. I feel your Page of Wands and your Page of Swords is making you a natural at this. You are naturally very good at whatever you're pursuing. Yeah, you're very good at it. So good for you. Congratulations on that. That Ace of Wands. Yeah, that Ace of Wands, your creative spark, your intrigue and your interest in it is really going to be the fuel that gets you sort of to the front of the class or the top of the class. It's really going to allow you to be successful. Now, I'm not saying successful in terms of money. Let's go ahead and clarify that. Because I don't see money being a motivator here, but it might be a concern for some of you. Success is not equitable to rich. Not in this reading, okay? Not in this reading. But your success will be you're good at your job or you're good at your task, you're good at your work. If you're literally going to school, you will be doing very well on those tests, It feels super, super positive, super, super good. That's amazing. I think that's really all that we have for this particular message. So I think we're going to turn over to the Oracle cards. I don't think I have any other questions. I mean, we were talking about the Four of Pentacles a while ago, but I just get that that's leaving behind what needs to be left behind. That Four of Pentacles is you turning away from the naysayers, the people who are looking at you like you've got 15 heads because you say you want to study XYZ or you want to take a course on how to do XYZ. I think your Four of Pentacles is being, yes, firm in your independence, firm in your ability to step out on your own and succeed on your own. Yes, okay, so that's what that was. I was like, why am I still here and why am I fiddling with these cards? Perfect. Let's get you an Oracle card and then we're going to wrap up. Oracle card for Libra, please. If you hear the tapping, it's because I'm running my hands over each of the decks, because that's how I pick decks. Oracle card, yeah? Yes. Wait. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Magical spell cards, which makes sense. My good new Wiccans, my good new witches and wizards, and no offense if anybody's in that life. I don't know what Wiccans call themselves. Do they call themselves witches and wizards? I don't know. So no offense to anybody. But the spell cards is kind of apt for this reading. So let's get an Oracle card for Libra, please. An Oracle card for Libra at this time, please. Thank you. Oracle card for Libra, please show me. Can't believe it's only Tuesday. I was really thinking it was going to be a Wednesday. Nope. All right. Oracle card for Libra, please show me. Anything else? Anything else? No. They're like, no, that's not it. Oracle card for Libra, please show me. Thank you. Abundance. What was I just talking about? Card number 2. Goddess of abundance divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. Abundance. Didn't I just say that? Success is more than money. Success is abundance. And actually, if you guys don't have this, for those that are like getting into Wicca or whatever, or anything that is interested, this deck actually has a lot of information. It's got information in the start on like days of the week, moon phases, essential oils, all that kind of stuff. So I recommend, if you're interested in oracle decks, this is a good one for you. Now, abundance. Here we go. Pardon. Many of us dwell too often within an energy of lack, of not having enough. And we feel that more money, more power, more love will bring us what it is we think we desire. In order to receive, we must be reconnected to the source of abundance and allow ourselves to be filled with its nourishing energy. When we connect with this energy through casting this spell, we feel open, grateful, and ready to receive. We begin to feel worthy of accepting all that the universe offers us because we are fulfilled, abundant beings. If the universe chose this card, it signifies the very real truth that you are absolutely energetically ready to take up this brave step into being more abundant. The simplicity of this spell is akin to the simplicity of opening up to receive more of the goodness of life, more of the goodness life has to offer. The universe is endlessly abundant. You are the universe, an eternal part of this energy, and such, you too can create and attract abundance. The universe is telling you that it is time to step away from simply having enough to get by. The universe is saying that there is now plenty for you and is nudging you to do the energetic work which will connect you to the source of plenty and abundance. Casting this spell will help you to accept your own divine right to abundance. Through working magic, you will be able to create more of what it is you want in your life. Pretty on point, I'd say, Libra. So listen, I don't know what your work is. Again, it could be super conventional. It could be, totally of this world, of the metaphysical, the occult or whatever, right? But whatever you choose, being aware of your own power, your own ability to create, is kind of the foundation here. It's sort of like that missing piece of the puzzle. And I think some of you are coming into this reading just to get affirmation. I don't think that this is going to springboard you towards anything. This is like a nice little pit stop. Like, let me check in with myself. Let me check in and see what messages Jay has for me. Oh, I'm already doing that work. I feel many of you are already on this path. So good for you, my friends. Go get that abundance. Go ahead and live that life. And again, it's more than money. If money is what you're after, perfect. But this is more than money. I feel it. This is like some huge uptick in your spiritual presence here on this earth. Very interesting. All right, Libra, that is your reading for mid-April. If you liked it, if you like the style, if you like the format, let me know. Give me some feedback. That'd be cool. If you want to leave a comment expressing that'd be great. Likes, shares, and of course subscriptions are all appreciated. If you want to do that, that's cool. Again, if you want that personal reading, go ahead and get at me. The information is down in the description box. Follow me on Instagram. That information is also down there. I'm going to be back very soon to do your May readings and your mid-Mays after that. So please, if you are subscribed, I look forward to seeing you then. If not, go ahead and consider subscribing. But until then, my friends, I thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.